Great environment here at Waco ISD Stadium for this homecoming night. Crowd fired up. A good contingency from Shoemaker making the trip up here. Again, Shoemaker still is not out of the district race. Competing obviously against Midway and Temple at the top of the district standings. Becerra stands at the 30, balls teed up at the 40. We're ready to get this one kicked off. He gets that left leg into it. It's a line drive kick. It's going to bounce halfway into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So Shoemaker will start their first possession traveling left to right at their own 25-yard line. And Ty Bell, the junior quarterback for Shoemaker, will come out to lead this offense.
Yeah, that was an absolute bullet of a kick by Becerra. It'd be nice to have somebody who can just kick the ball through the end zone on every kickoff.
Bell is joined in the backfield by Devin Brown. And to his left will stand Kajara Herrera. 3 wide receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. This is going to be a handoff to Brown coming left side. Hard hit it. 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage and dropped there.
A great start. That was Deshaun Fisher, a guy we haven't seen too much. Deshaun Floyd really kind of took his place earlier in the season, but he's a senior, kind of a leader on this defense, and a big hit to set the tone early.
Yeah, man, just leveled him and dropped him to the ground. Probably flew about 2 yards after the contact there. So 2nd and 11, ball spotted at the 24-yard line. And Brown stands to Bell's right. Now a man comes in motion, fakes the handoff on the jet sweep. Now handoff to Brown, coming left side. He's at the 30, 35, 40, and then dives ahead to the 45. They're going to spot him at the 47. Huge pickup on 2nd and 11.
Jamez Thompson comes in to make that tackle. Yeah, Waco High looked like they had it sniffed out, but some misdirection by Shoemaker is going to lead to a big gain.
Yeah, he kind of came around left tackle, and the misdirection, as you said, Graham, confused Waco High a little bit. Had a lot of open field out there. So now the ball's at the 47, 1st and 10. 4 wide receivers set. Bell fumbles the snap in the backfield, now throws upfield, and it's going to make it out of bounds. He was inside the tackle box there, and I guess they're going to say that a receiver was in the area. They do not throw a flag.
Yeah, you could make a case for that. A receiver was kind of making a break on the ball. Jamez Thompson was kind of looking for it, couldn't get to it in time, though. Great job of getting that ball away. The entire Waco High defensive line was in that backfield on that first down.
Yeah, that could have gone for a huge loss. So 2nd and 10, 10:40 left here in the first quarter. Shoemaker here on their first possession of the game. 3 wide receivers set. Snaps back to Bell, takes the pitch, now hands off to Brown, left side, past the line of scrimmage up to midfield, the 45, and then out of bounds at the Waco High 40.
Waco High had a man jump right up there up front. Looked like he got back in time. No flag thrown, wouldn't have mattered. Ends up being a first down for Shoemaker.
And these fake pitches that they're throwing out there are throwing me for a loop.
They've gone to Devin Brown majority of the time on the misdirection plays, but there's some fake pitches, and then they also fake some inside handoffs and some screens. So Waco High has a lot on their plate, and seeing where that ball goes.
So this time 4 wide receivers. Man comes in motion. Again, a fake of the jet sweep. Bell keeps it, but he's hit immediately in the backfield, and the ball's on the ground. Waco High is signaling like they have it, but there's still no signal from the officials. And they are signaling first down Waco High, so a huge turnover here on Shoemaker's first possession. Waco High will get the ball at their own 41 as Bell fumbles the ball on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, DeMontavion Carprew and Jamez Thompson come right in to make a great tackle in the backfield. They read that one pretty well on the read option that would have gone right up the middle, so it's going to give Waco High an opportunity here early, and it will be Nate Reyna in as the starting quarterback for Waco High on their first possession of the game.
Yeah, Reyna in there with Rodriguez. It's a 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Again, Waco High and Shoemaker 0-0. Waco High here on their first offensive possession. It is going to be a handoff for Rodriguez. Left side, he's got some room up to the 45, spins his way up to the 49. Going to set up 2nd and 2.
Looked like a lot of open field there for Rodriguez. Only ends up picking up 8, but obviously a good first down pickup for Waco High. Now a 2nd and short. Something Waco High's been lacking is some good first down yardage. So a good start to this possession.
Yeah, as you're always saying, 2nd and 3rd and manageable, and that's what Waco High has done here on this first play. Same formation. And now Rainey's going to throw left side, caught by Ratliff at the 50, 45, spins his way out of a tackle up to the 40, and then down at the 38, first down.
A lot of pushing and shoving between the defender, Shoemaker defender, and Xavier Williams. No flag thrown, but it will be a first down for Waco High on the screen pass to Jerome Ratliff.
And good blocking out there on the left side by Xavier Williams. And I think Ramondo Neal maybe. Ratliff kind of took a couple of steps back. Rainier got the ball out quickly. And we've seen all season long what Ratliff can do when he's got some space. Now 3 wide receivers right. Rainier fakes the handoff. Now he's going to throw deep down the left side looking for Abrams. Abrams is out of bounds. Ball's incomplete, but a flag comes in. I think this might be pass interference.
Yeah, Abrams kind of running toward the sideline. The ball would not have been in play for a catch, but the Shoemaker defender making a big mistake and not getting his head around, and he kind of just pushes Abrams out of bounds, and that's a clear penalty.
Some good aggressive play call there from Waco High. So they're gonna gain 15 yards on the pass interference penalty. Ball was at the 37, so this is going to move it down to the 22. You know, every time I start to do math in my head, I kind of panic that I'm about to blow it, but I think I got that one right. Yeah. Yeah,
real frustrating for Shoemaker. That ball would not have been catchable, but they just kind of pushed Abrams out of bounds, which you cannot do.
So 4 wide receivers. Ratliff is lined up in the right slot. This is going to be fakes the throw. Rainey does. Now keeps it up the middle. Got some room and then slides his way down to the 14.
Yeah, picking up about 9. It'll set up 2nd and less than a yard now. Faked the screen inside. Just had a big hole right up the middle and took it for a good gain on first down.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was designed for that or if Rainey just realized when he almost kind of threw that ball out that, hey, there's a lot of open field up ahead of me. I better keep this. So 2nd and 2. Ball's at the 14, and now Rainier does look to throw. Rolls out to his right, throws right side. Caught at the 6 by Williams, up to the 5, and out of bounds at the 4, maybe the 3.
Yeah, great design rollout pass for Rainier. He had a lot of room to run again on that play, but he had Xavier Williams open on a short out route and first down and goal for Waco High.
And Waco High just working their way down the field following the Shoemaker turnover. And where's this been all season? I don't want to jinx it, Graham. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
First and goal.
First and goal here at the 3-yard line. Rainier, handoff to Ridge, breaks the tackle, the line of scrimmage, keeps churning those feet and gets across the goal line. And Waco High strikes on their first offensive possession. They're up 6-0 over Shoemaker.
Yeah, what a start. Waco High capitalizing off of a turnover. Not something we've seen very much this season, and it's got to be pretty enlightening for a defense to see Rothins go out there and give you some help after a turnover. So a great start for Waco High, a confidence boost, and some great momentum, and it will be Sammy Becerra in to attempt the extra point.
Yeah, hopefully that momentum from last week is carrying over here tonight, and this is hopefully a new norm. So Becerra in to kick this. Rainier gets the hold down. Kick, did that bounce off the line? What am I? It goes, whatever happened, it went through the upright, so the extra point is good. Waco High 7-0 over Shoemaker. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Waco High gets on the scoreboard first following the Jaden Ridge 3-yard touchdown run. Preceded by a fumble by Shoemaker on their first offensive possession by quarterback Ty Bell. So Waco High 7-0 over Shoemaker. 8:31 left here in the first quarter, and here is the Sammy Becerra kick. It's a low kick, bounces down at the 15, takes a couple of other bounces, and then fielded down at the 5 by Expert. He's up at the 20, 30, breaks a tackle, and then, hit it hard at the 33-yard line. But a nice return, going to get Shoemaker up to the 35. And that was Baldwin on the return. My apologies.
One thing I kind of picked up there is the Leon Walker was kind of held by the back of his jersey. Looked like a holding penalty and a block in the back. No flags thrown, so it will be first down and 10. They're gonna spot the ball at the 35-yard line.
So Shoemaker did move the ball pretty well on their first possession, but again, it was kind of shot themselves in the foot on the Bell turnover. And then Waco High capitalizing on the turnover and putting some points on the board. So Bell in the shotgun. This is going to be a handoff to Brown coming left side, looking to get the edge. Does get the edge up to the 40, and then Bell's over a man at the 42. Mark him up at the 43. Going to set up 2nd and 2.
All these runs have really set up some questionable calls by the refs, and it looks like they're going to let them play, but looks like Ivan Chappelle was held pretty hard on that play, but it will set up 2nd down and 2.
So now 2 men in the backfield with Bell. And this is going to be a handoff right side up to the 40, 45, and then tackled down at midfield at the 49, and that was Amari Evans with the carry. Shoemaker.
Waco High doing all they really can on that play. They only sent 3 in the backfield anticipating that outside handoff, and a great job of kind of stopping it after the pickup of only about 3 or 4 yards.
I'll tell you what, there's just a different electricity in this stadium tonight. You know, when your offense can go down the field and put a touchdown on the board on their first possession. Now Bell's going to hand this off to Brown coming left side, hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped there. No gain.
That's Deshaun Fisher again, 2 big hits very early in this game. He really had a lot of room to run after that, and Fisher just came in and put him right on his back.
Yeah, so it sets up 2nd and 10. Shoemaker traveling left to right, trailing Waco High 7-0. 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. They're on their 2nd offensive possession of the game. And Bell looks to the sideline for the call. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. And Bell, for the first time, looks to throw quickly left side. Caught at the 45, up to the line to gain, and tackled there. Referee signaling to move the chain, so it's enough for the first down. Ball was caught by Trenton Hudson, junior wide receiver for Shoemaker.
Yeah, Shoemaker really making Waco High pay for that man coverage they've had to run as they were trying to stop the run throughout this game, and just a curl route from Shoemaker is going to get them enough for a first down.
Same formation for Shoemaker. Bell looks to throw again. He's got pressure in the backfield. Now rolls to the right, throws right side. Ball's going to be caught at the 30, up to the 20, 15, jukes his way to the 10, breaks the tackle up to the 5, and then down at the 1 yard line.
Flag at the 50-yard line. Looks as if it might be roughing the passer, though. Here comes the call.
It was Amari Evans who had the carry on a couple plays ago with the catch. And Graham, you're right, it is roughing the passer, so Shoemaker's going to decline that penalty. And
yeah, that Waco High secondary came in too soon to try to make a play on the quarterback, to sack the quarterback, in fact, and it just left a receiver wide open downfield.
So that's a 40-yard pitch and catch from Bell to Evans. And Shoemaker now with 1st and goal at the Waco High 1. Ten seconds on the play clock. 2 backs in the backfield with Bell. Bell looks to throw, kind of dancing around in the backfield, got pressure, now rolls to the right side and just going to throw this. Throws it into the arms of a Waco High defender, but he drops the ball.
Yeah, that was number 39, Niquavian.
Gosh, it was right in his breadbasket.
Yeah, Niquavian Mathis. I don't think he expected the ball to be that right at him like that, and really would have been a gift for Waco High, and just could not control that football. It resulted in a touchback, and Waco High would have set up at the 20-yard line, but no, it will be 2nd down and goal from the 1 yard line.
I mean, I was prepared to say throws the ball away, and I was surprised. I think Niquavian Mathis was surprised because he threw it right to him, and Mathis unfortunately just couldn't corral that one. So now 2nd and goal. Why does it say still 1st goal? Anyway, this is going to be a handoff to Brown coming left side, actually going to be tackled for a 1 yard loss.
Once again, Deshaun Fisher coming in and just making a big hit. Looks like Shoemaker going to send in a a bigger package here to try to power this one in. They lost about half a yard, so it'll be...
But it says second down there, but this is clearly the third.
This is third down and goal.
This is third down, but the chains say second down. Did we miss something?
Don't think so. It was first down and goal.
There was not a penalty on that interception to our knowledge. It should be third and goal. Instead, it's second and goal for some reason. And now Shoemaker goes with a goal line package. Bell fakes the handoff now, throws right side, and that's incomplete. Great coverage out there.
By Leon Walker, number 15. Really some great coverage. He picked up a guy who looks like he could have got out there free on his own. It should be fourth down. The markers still say third down. Waco High coach is not complaining. It is clearly fourth down, though, unless we are mistaken that there was a penalty on that play.
We're never wrong, Graham. Yeah. The chains say third down, so for all we know, this is third and goal. Ball is at the 2-yard line. And again, Shoemaker going with a goal line package. 2 fullbacks, 1 tailback in Brown. Bell under center. Bell hands this one to Brown, coming right guard, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Brown goes 2 yards. Now there's a penalty flag thrown after the play. Probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, and Waco High is clapping like it's going to be on Shoemaker.
Tyron Minute was back there where the flag is thrown. He's also had a couple unsportsmanlike this season, so hopefully this does not go against Waco High, but we shall see. Here comes the call. So it will go on Shoemaker.
Yeah, and they get, who was it? Monterey Baldwin with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, so that is his first. You know, you only get 2, Graham. He'll have to be on good behavior for the rest of this game. 4:52 left in the first quarter. Shoemaker looking to tie this one up on the extra point. And then to kick the extra point for Shoemaker's Khalil Pomerly, the junior kicker. He gets this one up. It goes through the uprights, and so we've got a tie ball game here. Waco High and Shoemaker, 7-7. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Shoemaker answers the Waco High touchdown. They put 7 on the board, and we've got a tie ball game here with 4:52 left in the first quarter. Waco High about to get the ball for the second time of this game. And kind of still haven't gotten any clarity on the down situation that we had there. That would have been 4th down, and it would have been interesting, you know, if you could play that over again. Would Shoemaker have gone for that with 4th and 2, or would they have elected to kick a field goal? We'll never know, but it's 7-7 Waco High and Shoemaker.
With that unsportsmanlike conduct after the play should set up Waco High with good field position, as Shoemaker will be kicking from their own 25-yard line, 15 yards further back than they would have had there been no penalty. So Waco High should get good starting field position.
And Pomerly is going to kick this one away. Kind of a low, wobbly kick, going to be fielded at the 24 by Ratliff. He makes his way up to the 35, then reverses fields, goes backwards, and is going to get to basically back to where he was before he started running backwards. But another flag comes in late.
Flag coming in on both sides. Might have been something on the tackle.
I'll tell you, Ratliff is trying to take every return to the house. That's pretty much...
it looks like it might be another unsportsmanlike conduct on Shoemaker. After the play, when Ratliff kind of stood up, one of the Shoemaker players grabbed the face mask of Ratliff. Referee's talking about it now, but 2 flags were thrown, so I don't know how you can pick both of these up.
They've not shown a replay here in the stadium, so... I think one of these is going to be holding. It's taking a while to talk about this. 4 of the officials all conferring on the near hash at the 35-yard line. Now the side judge comes in, and here is the call, I think. What? So there are 3 penalties on this play. The referee stopped himself while describing what the third penalty was about to be.
It was a personal foul. He did not say. It was an after the play, so I'm assuming the first two would offset and this unsportsmanlike penalty would count.
It was a false start, then there was, a block in the back, and then a personal foul.
Here's your ring.
Oh, yeah, Shoemaker player after the play, as you said, Graham, kind of grabbed Ratliff's face mask. I don't think they announced which player the penalty was on, nor did they specify what the personal foul was for. But it's all going to result in, I think, another kick. So Ratliff will get another chance.
And they'll kick further back now. They have them set up at the 25 once again.
Well, I think since the oh, yeah, they're bound. Yeah, they're taking it back
another 15 yards.
Yeah.
So they'll kick from their own 10-yard line here.
You know, you don't see that very often, do you?
No, you don't. You only really see it late in games when teams will score like a game-winning touchdown and they don't really care. They'll kind of just celebrate however they please, and they'll get a few unsportsmanlike penalties.
And actually, this is going to be at basically the 12 and a half. I guess that was a half the distance to the goal.
I guess so.
Because the ball was at the 25. So he's going to kick off from the 12 and a half yard line. And Ratliff might have some fun with this one.
Assuming that they kicked to him again after a kind of reverse field on them last time. They kind of had some trouble containing him.
So here is the Pomerlee kick. This one's a higher end-over-end kick. Going to be fielded by Ratliff at the 40. Looking for a lane. Now bounces it to the 50, across midfield, and up to the 45. So Waco High with great field position here to start their second possession. They started their first possession at their own 41 following the Ty Bell turnover.
Yeah, I mean, Ratliff really didn't have one of his electric returns there that we've been seeing all year, but it's not going to matter. After the two unsportsmanlike penalties, Waco High is going to be able to set up in plus territory at the Shoemaker 45-yard line, so even better starting field position than their last drive, so hopefully they can get something going once again and go down and take the lead.
Waco High and Shoemaker tied up here at 7-7. Rain is still in there. Quarterback trips receivers left, one to the right. This is going to be handoff to Ridge coming left side, but it's blown dead. Going to be a false start.
So moves him back to the 50-yard line. Really a lot of room for Ridge to run on that one. There was only maybe one safety coming on to make the tackle, but the false start's going to end up moving him back 5 yards.
So 4:35 here left in the first quarter. Now Waco High, the ball is spotted at the 50. They need the Shoemaker 35 for a first down, 1st and 15. Same formation for the Lions. Rainier back there in the shotgun. Ball's on the far hash. Rainier, handoff to Ridge. No, keeps it up the middle. He's got some room up to the 45 and then down at the 43. Pickup of about 7 on first down, sets up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, really good job of Rainier to get him past the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 8. A read option play we didn't really see run much with Davion Long. Rainier's not really a speedy guy, but in tonight's game he's really done a good job of finding those holes and those lanes for him to go.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of quarterback running at all this season, Graham, and like what they're doing here. Now Rainier's going to hand this one off to Ridge, left side. He's got some room, and he's up to the 35. Runs over a man down at the 33, first down.
Yeah, I got to give some credit to these guys up front on the O-line. Some big holes for Waco High to work with tonight, and the run game's been well established early on here for Waco High. I think they'd look to keep this up.
A lot of room for Ridge there running left guard, so now ball is at the 33. Waco High traveling right to left. Ball's in the middle of the field. Now 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Ridge stands to Rainier's left. And Rainier fakes the zone read, now keeps it himself, and is going to be tackled down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not much room for anyone to go there. If he would have handed it off to Ridge, would have gone for maybe a loss of 1 or 2. Shoemaker had 2 guys kind of waiting on him there, so honestly a good decision for Rainier to keep. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Now The Lions bring those 3 receivers from the right side over to the left. Ratliff lined up in the near slot. Williams stands to his left, and then Abrams out far left. Rania has the snap, looks to throwing left side, and now he's going to be brought down in the backfield, sacked for a loss of about 5 yards.
And a flag comes in. Looks like it could be holding on Waco High. It came in from the back judge. So we will see.
And Shoemaker's motioning like they want to decline this.
It would result in about a 3rd down and 14 or 15, so.
Which is not quite far enough to be 3rd and the crying shame. So Shoemaker does decline the penalty. So it is 3rd and 14. Ball spotted at the Waco High 38. They need to get to the Coppers Cove 23 for a 1st down. Still running the 4 wide receiver formation. Ridge in the backfield. Now Ratliff comes in motion. You're running right side. Rania is going to look to throw this one. They set up the screen back to Ridge. He catches it at the 40, 35, angling to the middle of the field, trying to get to the 1st down marker, but he's going to be 5 yards, maybe 4 yards shy. So 4th and 4, but you might go for this.
They bring out their kicker, who has shown he's had a big leg, but I mean, I would think that's a good play call considering you might have already known you were going to go for it on 4th down as they are at the 32, but as it stands, it'd be about a 49-yarder, 47-yarder.
Yeah, he's going to kick this one off. He's going to kick this one from the 33, so this will be a 43-yard field goal. Again, really not much wind to speak of. Ball is in the middle of the field, kind of middle left. Here is the 43-yard attempt from Becerra. It's a low kick, going to be blocked, and Rania just gets back on top of it. He's down at the 37. So an unsuccessful field goal attempt for Waco High. You know, Becerra's extra point attempt was pretty low previously, and that kick was low as well. Shoemaker really didn't have to get much push to block that one.
Did not even hit a Shoemaker defender, to speak of it. Hit the back of one of the Waco High men up front, and that's one thing I kind of noticed in Becerra's kickoff. He was just kicking a straight line kick, so comes back to hunt him there. It's just a poor kick, kicks it straight into the back of that Waco High front line, so it'll be a missed field goal, and the score will remain 7-7 with 1:41 to go in the 1st quarter.
I guess we can't even count that as a blocked field goal. So now Bell back out there. He hands off to Brown, running right guard. Physical running up to the 41, maybe the 42. Pick up a 5 on 1st down. 1:27 left here in this 1st quarter. Waco High and Shoemaker knotted up at 7-7. The Lions scored on their first possession following a Shoemaker turnover on a Jaden Ridge 3-yard touchdown run. Shoemaker then answered. Man comes in motion for Shoemaker. He gets the jet sweep, and he's upended behind the line of scrimmage by Keith Guillory.
Yeah, number 2, Keith Guillory, another senior linebacker for Waco High. These linebackers have played pretty well, and Waco High setting up to make Shoemaker go 3 and out here. It'll be 3rd down and 6, and this Waco High defense looking to make a stand.
Shoemaker taking their time here in between plays. There's 43 seconds left here in the 1st quarter, so this could conceivably be the last play of the quarter. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Ball's on the far hash. High snap. Bell fields it. Looks to throw. Now he's going to move up into the pocket. Ball comes out on the ground, but I think Bell got back on top of it just 1 yard past the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 4th down and 5. Bell fortunate to get back on top of that.
Yeah, he gets right back on top of it. The clock will run here, so we'll see what Shoemaker does, if they'll just take this one to the end of the quarter and set up to punt it away. But as it stands, it's 4th down and 5. They end up picking up 1 yard as that ball kind of rolled forward as Bell fell right back on top of it.
Yeah, it just seemed like he was kind of careless with the football. Didn't really have a firm grasp of it as he was kind of scrambling around, because the ball came out without really any contact. So the clock does go to all zeros. This is the end of the 1st quarter. Again, Waco High and Shoemaker tied at 7-7. When we come back, Shoemaker with 4th and 5, and will punt. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM.
back inside Waco ISD Stadium to kick off this second quarter. It's 4th down and 5 for Shoemaker after a Ty Bell fumble recovered, but it will be 4th down and 5. They'll punt from right to left as the teams have flipped sides for the start of the second quarter. Jerome Ratliff deep to the return, and here is the punt. Waco High will not touch this one. It rolls down inside the 20 to the 15. Going to keep rolling down to inside the 11-yard line, right near the 10. So Shoemaker with a good punt. They really had some good coverage on that one. A high kick that'll set Waco High up deep in their own territory. Ball spotted at the 10-yard line, and Waco High moved the ball fairly well on their first two possessions. A penalty and a sack kind of killed their last drive that would end in a missed field goal from Sandy Becerra, but Waco High comes out. They got 90 yards to go with a fresh quarter, 11:43 to go after the punt. So 1st down 10, Nate Reyna comes in at quarterback. He'll have Jaden Ridge to his left. They'll send 3 receivers out to the left, none to the right. And they'll bring in a tight end. Here's the snap to Reyna. He'll hand off inside to Ridge. He has a lot of room around the right side, but a great open field tackle from Shoemaker. They'll spot the ball at about the 16-yard line, so a pickup of about 6 yards will bring up about 2nd and 4 for Waco High.
That's what this offense needs, Grams. Good pickups on first downs, as you've said multiple times throughout the season, setting up manageable 2nd and 3rd down situations.
So 2nd down, it's Ridge in the backfield once again with Reyna. Same formation. They bring a tight end right side, 3 receivers out to the left. Ball at the 16-yard line. They bring Ratliff in motion. They'll hand off to Ratliff. Not much room to ramble, but he's going to breaks it outside once again, and too much dancing. He's going to be tackled back at about the 13-yard line, so a loss of 3 yards on the play is going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for Waco High.
You know, on that one, you got to be just a little bit smarter. No, you can't run backwards there once you've gotten yourself to the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd down and 8. It'll be Rodriguez in the backfield this time with Reyna. And they'll bring in that same formation. They got Jaden Ridge in there, that's number 9 for Waco High. Jaquan Wells in there at the tight end position. Same formation, 3 receivers out to Reyna's left. He has Rodriguez in the backfield to his right. Snap to Reyna, and a flag comes in. Obviously a false start penalty on Waco High. Flags fly. 3 flags that I see right here. So it'll set up Waco High with about a 3rd down and 12 now.
A lot of penalties so far tonight, Graham.
Yeah, penalties and a sack killed their last drive, and kind of looking the same way here. A tackle for loss on 2nd down, and now a penalty is going to set up 3rd down and 12 for Waco High. After a good first down run that set up 2nd and 4, they go backwards 8 yards. So it's 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, and you want to be smart with the football here, deep in your own territory.
Waco High's run about 2 minutes off despite this quick possession, so they got a running back to Reyna's left. Clock will stop. It'll be a timeout for Waco High. The play clock shows double zeros, but it looks like they'll have gotten that timeout off there. They'll have some time to kind of draw up a play here for this 3rd down and 12, 9:45 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and if there's anyone out there who's just joining us, this is homecoming night here at Waco ISD Stadium. Graham, we're not supposed to wager on the homecoming court, but you got any predictions for us?
I don't really have any predictions, but one thing I'd like to note is none of the Homecoming King nominations on the court are football players. That's something we haven't really seen in recent years at most high schools around the nation. There's no football players. Jordan Fuller is on the court. He played quarterback last year from Waco High, but as of now, there's no current football players nominated for Homecoming King this year.
Yeah, and last year's Homecoming King was Chris Escada, who is in the building tonight. I've been looking for, I haven't seen his hair. That's how I identify Chris Escada, with really big hair and really bright shoes, and I'm sure he's here somewhere. He will actually be out on the field to crown this year's Homecoming King, and then last year's Queen, Christiana Hernandez, who was a student of the week at one point, also here tonight. So
3rd down and 12. Waco High sends trips to the left. They'll bring Ramondo Neal to the near side. They have one running back in the backfield. Nate Reyna will keep it, throws out to Ramondo Neal, but he's just met there by a group of Shoemaker Gray Wolves, and won't be enough for the first down. It'll be about 4th down and 6 here. So Waco High will bring out the punt team with 9:30 to go. Game still tied 7-7.
Kind of nifty little play call there that Waco High drew up. They sent 3 wide receivers to left, and Rainier faked the throw to the right side, kind of moved his way up into the pocket, and they were trying to sneak Rodriguez out there, but Shoemaker, a nice job.
Shoemaker sends 2 men back to return this one, standing about the 48-yard line. Sammy Becerra in to punt it away. Becerra fields it cleanly, punts up. Line drive punt fielded with the Waco High 45-yard line. Running out right side is number 5, Monte Baldwin, and he's going to be tackled at about the 21-yard line of Waco High. So tremendous starting field position on a big return out right side by Monterey Baldwin.
Yeah, and another big hit on the special teams by Tyron Minute. But big pickup in Shoemaker with great field position here.
So it goes at about a 24-yard return for Shoemaker. 1st down and 10 at the 21-yard line. Looks like an empty backfield this time for Bell, something we haven't seen tonight. They have 2 receivers out to the right, 3 out to the left. Play call still coming in. Yeah, Bell's going to go with an empty backfield in the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Ball on the far hash. Here's Bell looking to end zone, and he's connected. No, the ball goes incomplete. He was looking for number 7, Amari Evans, who ran a great post route across the middle. Ball was kind of low, though.
Yeah, but I think that should have been caught, and Amari Evans is kind of limping off the field.
So it brings up 2nd down and 10. The empty set shotgun pass for Bell does not work, but it looks like they may go with this same formation. They replace Evans with number 18, Vontez Martin, after the injury. So it will be 2nd down and 10. Another empty backfield. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Ball on the far hash. Snap goes to Bell. He drops back. Plenty of time. Sees nothing downfield. Breaks it out right side. He's going to throw it into the end zone. Looking for Evans. Ball is caught, but they're going to, no, it's dropped out of the back of the end zone, so it's going to be incomplete. Great coverage downfield by Jamez Thompson and number 20, Matthew Gutierrez. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 after 2 shots to the end zone. All of a sudden, it's 3rd down for Shoemaker.
And Bell just kind of lofted that one up into the back of the end zone, trying to let one of his guys go up and make a play. Almost made it.
3rd down and 10 from the 21. Same formation, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Bell. Waco High sending 3. Snap goes to Bell, drops back, looking, going to be flushed out. No, he's going to stay in that pocket. Out there intended for number 13.
And broken up by Keith Gullery.
Yeah, Deshaun McCubbins, Keith Gullery in on the coverage, breaking that one up. And so it's 4th down and 10 after 3 deep shots for Shoemaker. They get nothing. Some great coverage by Waco High.
And Gullery did a nice job of making a break on that ball, closing in and going up high pointing it and breaking it up.
Shoemaker going to call a timeout. Didn't look as if they were going to bring on any sort of kicking unit on 4th down and 10. Some interesting play calling, though, on this possession.
Yeah, because it's been kind of a steady dose of Brown on those handoffs, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, Shoemaker deciding to throw the ball once they've been handed beautiful field position here deep in Waco High territory.
Yeah, we have not seen Brown at all in this possession, and to my knowledge of what I've seen, I don't think he's been on the field at all in this possession.
It almost makes you wonder if maybe he got injured on the previous, we don't have Tom Nesbitt's binoculars with us tonight, so we can't really peek over on that other sideline. Tom felt like he needed those binoculars for Austin City Limits or something.
That's what he told me. I mean, his son was performing with Mumford & Son, so I think that'd be pretty cool to get to see that.
Yeah, whatever, Graham.
4th down and 10, 21-yard line for Shoemaker. Bell's going to come back out there. This time he'll have a running back with him. That's number 11, Kajari Herrera. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Herrera is to Bell's left. And now Waco High is going to call a timeout as they've seen something haven't really seen and obviously wanted to see what Shoemaker would go with on 4th down. So they're going to change their game plan a little bit for this fourth down. 8:28 to go. We're tied all up at 7-7. A fourth down and 10 up and coming for Shoemaker at the 21-yard line. This came from a short punt fielded at the 45. Waco High is punting from inside their own 10-yard line. And a low line drive punt fielded at the 45-yard line, run around to the right side. They get it to the 21, and they have not gained a yard on this possession. 3 deep shots, 2 to the end zone, 1 in the near the end zone, but some great coverage by Waco High and not really letting Bell get flushed out and take off with the ball. So fourth down and 10. Both teams will break from their sideline huddles, and we'll see what Shoemaker will go with here.
Yeah, it's been a good job so far by the Waco High defensive front, playing disciplined football, not letting Bell break containment.
This time he sends Herrera to his right side. Bell with 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Ball on the far hash once again. Snap goes to Bell. Waco High sending a blitz. They're going to throw that ball deep into the end zone. And it's just out the far right side of the end zone. It looked like Waco High had some blown coverage, but I think they saw that ball right off the break was just going nowhere. Ball thrown way out of the back of the end zone. So Waco High forces a 4 and out after a great starting field position from Shoemaker, a team that we've been talking about is great offensively, does not move the ball 1 yard on this possession, so Waco High will take back over.
And that was an awful throw.
It was a terrible throw. I mean, with man coverage, too, you just kind of got to put the ball in the end zone and see what you get, because he didn't really have his man beat, but the Waco High defender just kind of stopped as he saw how poorly that ball was thrown. So Nate Reyna back in at quarterback with Rodriguez, and he'll have Ratliff also in the backfield with him. He sends 2 out to the right, or 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. Rodriguez and Ratliff in the backfield with Reyna. Reyna takes the snap. He'll hand off to Ratliff. Ratliff takes it around, and he's got a big hole. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 40. He's down to the 30-yard line, 25-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds by Amir Batiste from Shoemaker. So a big first down run, flags at the 49-yard line of Wake, though, so we'll see.
Referee signaling like this is going to be on Waco High. Possibly a hold or a block in the back.
Or an illegal man downfield. We've had a couple of those, these guys running downfield, but we'll see. Well, you wouldn't get that on a run play, so.
It is going to be a hold, but that should be a spot foul. Flag was thrown at the Shoemaker 49, so that's where they'll back the ball up from. It'll still be a first down, just won't be the huge gain that it was for Jerome Ratliff, and probably an unnecessary hold.
So first down and 10 from the Waco High 40-yard line.
I don't even know who that was on. As I watched the replay,
Powell in the backfield with Reyna also. He has Rodriguez to his right. He sends 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Reyna takes a snap. It's a low snap. He doesn't have much time, and he's going to have to take a sack. He had 3 Shoemaker defensive linemen all over him. And it's going to end up being a loss. So it'll be second down and a loss of 7. So second down and 17. And after the big Ratliff run, it's going to be tough to pick up a first down here. Second down, 17 up and coming. Reyna will have Powell and Rodriguez in the backfield once again. He'll send Anthony Abram and Xavier Williams to his left, and he'll have Ramondo Neal to the near side to his right. Ball is on the near hash. 33-yard line is where the ball will be spotted. They'll need 17 for the first.
Waco High's going to have to burn another timeout here. The play clock was winding down. Took them forever to get the play call in. And so Waco High's burned their last timeout here with 7:24 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, after that big run, I think you were looking to go to something else, and you had to kind of rewind there and change your play calling a little bit. And Waco High just kind of in a daze here after the big sack, and now they've got to draw something up for some big yardage. It's second down and 17, ball on the 33-yard line.
Graham, what would you draw up for second and 17?
Well, I like some play calling. They had one with Ridge where they looked right. They went back with the screen to the left. Ridge picked up about 14 yards on that play, but they had a big third down to pick up there. They didn't go for it on fourth down. That resulted in the missed field goal. But then they also ran one on their last third down possession before they punted with a where they sent 3 receivers out to the left, but they threw to the right to Ramondo Neal, the only receiver they sent to the right. They picked up about 8 yards on that play, so something that would set up a third manageable. You don't have to go for a home run or a first down here, but something that would give you some good yardage to set up a third manageable.
I like the screen pass idea, Graham.
Reyna will have Rodriguez and Powell in the backfield once again, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Shoemaker will send 4. They blitz the linebacker, and they'll hand it off to Powell. Powell cuts it up, and he's going to pick up maybe 1 or 2 yards. Kind of questionable play calling, an inside handoff on 2nd down and 17. Now you do have to go for more of a home run play or a big pass across the middle. It's going to be 3rd down and 16. Clock is running. They'll bring Ridge back into the ball game here.
Yeah, Waco High doesn't have many plays in their playbook for 3rd and 16.
So it's 3rd and 16. Waco High, some trips to the left. They'll leave Ramondo Neal with man coverage to the near side. We'll see what they do with work with that. Play clock shows 5. Ridge to Reyna's left. Play action. Reyna looking. Throws a curl route to Ramondo Neal, who's just pushed out of bounds. And I don't understand why you don't call that on 3rd down. That would have set up a much more manageable, or call that on 2nd down, rather. That would have set up much more third manageable, but that sets up about 4th down and 12 for Waco High. So it'll be Sammy Becerra in to punt this one away. Kicking from left to right, the ball is placed at about the 38-yard line. Becerra fields the snap cleanly, punts this one away. Ball lands at about the 39-yard line and goes out of bounds there, so Shoemaker will have the ball at their own 39-yard line with 6:29 to go. Waco High, like we mentioned, has no timeouts left in this first half after having to burn 2 on that last possession with that play clock running down. And so 1st down and 10 for Shoemaker. Last possession, they did not move the ball 1 yard after getting it deep in Waco High territory at the 21-yard line. Bell will come back. We now see Devin Brown back in that backfield. We did not see him at all in the last possession. I don't know if he was injured or if Shoemaker was just trying to go with some trickery. But it will be 1st down and 10 at the Waco High, or excuse me, at the Shoemaker. They're spotting this ball at the 42-yard line. Or excuse me, the 37-yard line.
It was a short kick by Becerra. I think due in part that it took a long time for the snap to get back to him, and I think he may have rushed that one out.
Snap goes to Bell. He has Brown to his left. He'll hand it off to him. Brown didn't really have a hole, but he makes a few men miss, and he's going to get about 12, 13 yards. Looks like the ball will be at the Waco High 49-yard line, so 1st down for Shoemaker. Shoemaker going with some tempo. They got their guys back up to the line here, but they'll go to the sideline for the play call.
Brown listed on the roster at 5'8", 180 pounds. Showing some of that stocky frame there on these tough runs.
Snap to Bailey, throws a screen pass out right side. Waco High has it kind of sniffed out, though. Only one blocker out there that you see for Shoemaker, and it'll be a gain of about 3 on 1st down. 2nd down and 7 up and coming for Shoemaker.
And Deshaun McCubbins with the reception there for Shoemaker. Graham, anytime there's a player who does something that has a cool name like McCubbins, I'm going to read that out.
All right, I'll give those to you. 2nd down and 7 for Shoemaker. Brown is to Bell's left. They send split receivers, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Snap to Bell, looking. He fumbles the ball for the 3rd time tonight. He's going to have to take off out right side, and he's got a big hole, and he's going to get near the markers. Maybe enough for a 1st down. No, they'll mark him about a yard short. There's a Waco High player down at the Shoemaker, or at the Waco High 48-yard line, but really on that play, he had trouble with the snap. Waco High should have been all over that, and Bell's going to pick up about 9 yards to set up 3rd down and 1. It's hard to see who this player down for Waco High is.
Yeah, I was trying to catch it on the replay. It looked like they may have been blocked in the back, and I think that's the player who's down on the ground.
No penalties thrown, no penalty flags thrown. He's onto his feet now. Looks like that is still difficult. It's number 88, Ivan Chappelle of Waco High, who was down on the play. He's up and he's running off the field now. So it'll be 3rd down and 1 after the scamper from Bell. Ball at the Waco High 40-yard line. They need the Waco High 39. 3rd down and 1. 2 running backs in the backfield with Bell. He'll send 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Snap to Bell. He hands it off inside, and it's going to be plenty for the first down as he picks up maybe about 5 yards. Hands off goes to Kajari Herrera, and it's a first down for Shoemaker.
Yeah, just some patient running there by Herrera, kind of dancing around there, waiting for some blocks to open up. Found a seam up the middle.
First down and 10, ball at the Waco High 35-yard line. Same formation for Shoemaker. He has Herrera and Brown in the backfield with Bell. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball on the far hash. Snap to Bell. He hands it off inside to Brown. Brown, big hole. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Shoemaker. Waco High had plenty of defenders to make a tackle there, but just that stocky frame and that shifty running from Brown's going to end in a touchdown for Shoemaker. It's a 35-yard touchdown run, and Shoemaker takes a 13-7 lead with 4:39 to go.
Yeah, Brown, as a guy who is 5'8", has a pretty low center of gravity, very agile and kind of bouncing and making those cuts, and a lot of open field there on the left side, but Brown with a nice job.
On to kick this extra point, Khalil Pomerly. Kick is up. It's a short kick, but it's through the uprights, so Shoemaker will take the lead 14-7 with 4:39 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to Waco High Football on 101.3 FM.
Shoemaker's Devin Brown goes 35 yards to give Shoemaker the lead. They lead 14-7 over Waco High. 4:39 here left in the second quarter. And Pomerly in to kick the kickoff here. Ball's teed up at the 40. Gets his right leg into it. This is a high end-over-end kick, going to be fielded by Powell down at the 5 to the 10, 15, dances at the 20, breaks the tackle at the 25, 30, and then pushed up forward to the 37. Great return, and that was not Powell.
Yeah, thank 20. You. He's been back there with Ratliff, but they haven't kicked to him, and he makes him pay there. Great return. Ball's going to be out to Shoemaker for the Waco High 48.
Yeah, so have we seen Gutierrez prior this season?
Not really in the punt return game. He's been out there on defense for a couple of plays. He's had a couple of good plays here tonight on the defensive side of the ball, but a great return there. First down, Waco High.
It's been all Nate Rainey tonight at quarterback for Waco High. He trots back out there. 4 wide receivers, 3 left, 1 to the right. This is going to be a handoff to Ridge running right side and tripped up at the line of scrimmage and brought down, but he does get forward for a gain of... Actually, they're going to give him 2, it looks like, so 2nd and 8.
Yeah, great tackle by Keith Cunningham. A lot of room around that right side for Ridge, but just a shoestring tackle for Shoemaker, so it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Very emphatic, Graham. I like it. 2nd and 8. Ball is on the near hash, same formation. And now Rodriguez joins Rainier in the backfield, stands to his left. Rainier's going to hand this off to Rodriguez inside, breaks a tackle across the line up to the 45, gets the line judge initially came in at the line to gain, but then backed up 2 yards. So it's going to be marked down at the 46, 2 yards shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, great running by Rodriguez. Looks like he had another big hole there once again, but he's tackled down. Here it'll be 3rd down and 2.
3:24 here left in the first half. Waco High trailing 14-7. And Graham's going to head down to the sideline. Hey, Graham, bring me some nachos or something. I'm just kidding. He's going to head down to the sideline for his responsibilities as part of Waco ISD Television as the sideline reporter. 3rd and 2. Rainier fakes the throw. Is going to be sacked down. Ball comes out on the ground, scooped up by Shoemaker at the 30, and he's going to stroll into the end zone. Touchdown, Shoemaker. No flags. It looked like Rainier might have been moving his arm to try and throw that, but they do not rule it incomplete. And so Shoemaker here with the turnover into the end zone, and they are going to extend their lead over Waco High. It's currently 20-7 on the Rainier fumble. There was just a lot of pressure in the backfield. Rainier tried to get that one out. Probably should have just kept it and gone to the right ground. Of course, hindsight is 20/20. So with 2:54 left here in the second quarter, Pomerly in to kick this extra point attempt. It's up, and it is good. And so just like that, Shoemaker now with a 21-7 lead over Waco High. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. On 3rd and 2, midfield, Waco High tries to throw a pass. A lot of pressure in the backfield. Rainier fumbles, scooped up by James Bauer for Shoemaker. He returns it 30 yards for the touchdown. And just like that, Shoemaker scores 14 unanswered to take a 21-7 lead over Waco High. 2:54 here left in the second quarter here on homecoming night at Waco ISD Stadium. And Pomerly in here to kick it off again. Just kicked one moments ago following the Devin Brown 35-yard touchdown run. And here is the kick. This is a high end-over-end kick, going to be fielded by Gutierrez down at the 11, up to the 15-20, looking for a lane, not going to find it. Tackled down at the 22. And actually, that was not Gutierrez. That was Xavier Williams. So Waco High will set up shop here at their own 22-yard line. They kicked to begin this game, so they will receive to begin the second half. And now in at quarterback following the Rainier fumble is Davion Long for the first time tonight. 2:48 left here in the second quarter, trailing 21-7. And Long is going to hand this one off to Ridge inside, up past the line of scrimmage, and going to get ahead for a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8. Waco High with no timeouts remaining. They had to burn their last timeout with about 8 minutes left in the second quarter. So the clock is going to continue to tick away here. 2nd and 8, ball marked at the 24. 4 wide receivers set. Waco High not really in any particular hurry. And now a flag comes in. It's going to be a false start. About 10 seconds left on the play clock when Waco High snapped that ball. So it takes it from 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 13. A lot of penalties tonight on both teams. Really started out with several unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, but penalties kind of rearing themselves here in the second quarter. So 4 wide receivers set. Snaps back to Long. Ridge runs left side. Is now going to pitch it back to Ratliff running right side. He gets the edge up to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Spins his way to the 45. Ball comes out, and Shoemaker recovers down at the Shoemaker 49. Another huge, costly turnover for Waco High. And with 1:45 left in the half, Shoemaker with another opportunity here to put some points on the board going into the half. Ratliff just kind of spun at the 45, and as he spun around, a Shoemaker defender just kind of took the ball right out of his arms. I don't think the ball ever hit the ground. It negates a really nice run by Ratliff. So now that defense right back out there. Shoemaker at their own 49, traveling right to left. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Bell is going to hand this one off. No, keeps it. Runs right guard up to the 50, 45, and then up all the way to the 37. 13-yard pickup on first down. Shane's move. 1:36 left here in the first half. Again, leading Waco High 21-7. They've scored 14 unanswered, looking to make it 21. They have 2 timeouts left. Again, Waco High with no timeouts left. And here is the snap back to Bell. He's looking to throw. Looks left side, not there. Now he's just going to run it upfield. Dancing around up to the 35. Now angles to the right sideline. 20, 15, 10. Cuts back to the right side, and he's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown. Shoemaker on the legs of Ty Bell. A 41-yard pickup. And they take now a 27-7 lead over Waco High, pending the extra point. Just a really nice run by Bell. His initial throw into the left flat wasn't there. Just tucked it, ran it, and he's a pretty elusive guy in the open field. And he takes it about 40 yards for the touchdown. And here is the Pomerlee extra point. It sails through the middle, so it is Shoemaker 28-7 over Waco High. 1:08 left here in the second quarter. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. In the last 3.5 minutes, Shoemaker has put 21 unanswered on the board here. This was a 7-7 game with 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. And just a collapse here from this Waco High team heading into the half. Again, giving up 21 answered. Shoemaker leads 28-7. 1:08 left here in the second quarter. And here is the Pomerlee kickoff. He's been a busy guy this quarter. It's going to be fielded down at the 13th by Ratliff. He runs 25-30. Breaks a tackle at the 35 and gets up to the 40, all the way up to the 42. Nice return by Jerome Ratliff. So Waco High with 59 seconds left. They do not have any timeouts remaining. Desperately needing to put some plays together here and get some momentum going into the half. Davion Long, who was in on the last possession, comes back out in at quarterback. He's out there with 5 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Ratliff in the right slot. And Long throws right side, caught by O'Neal at the 40, up to the 45, and all the way to midfield, tackled down at the 15. Clock ticks, 46 seconds. In Waco High with no timeouts. 5 wide receivers set, same formation. Long has the snap, throws right side. O'Neal, same play, caught at the 50 and quickly out of bounds at the 46, all the way up to the 45. Gain of 5. It's enough for the first down, so the chains move. 34 seconds left here in this second quarter. Waco High scored first on their first possession of the game following a Ty Bell fumble for Shoemaker. And looked like things were going their way, but Shoemaker answered, and then in the last 3 minutes, putting up 21 unanswered. Long back in the shotgun. Has the snap, looks to throw. He's got pressure in the backfield now. Rolls left side, throws left side. Ball is caught at the... No, they're going to say that was incomplete. I think he might have been out of bounds. If he had caught it and was in bounds, that would have been a loss. Instead, it goes as an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10. Ball at the keep saying Copper's Cove. Shoemaker 45, 28 seconds left. Waco High traveling left to right. You want to be sure and join us here in the DeShazo and Nesbitt halftime show. We do have we'll have the homecoming court. We'll have a recap of the first half, maybe score updates from throughout the area, so you'll want to stick around for that. 28 seconds left here in the second quarter. Long looks to throw deep down the left side. Ball's thrown out of bounds, incomplete. Was looking for Abrams down the left sideline. Good coverage out there from Shoemaker. Long just put a little bit too much on that one. It sailed out of bounds. So 23 seconds left. 3rd and 10. Ball at the Shoemaker 45. Four wide receivers. Ratliff comes into the backfield with Long. And Long fakes the handoff. Play action now, rolls out to the left. He's going to keep this one all the way up to the 40 and then out of bounds. Past the first down marker. Gets up to the 35. So chains will move. There's 15 seconds left because the clock stops on the out of bounds. So 15 seconds. Again, Waco High with no timeouts. Shoemaker has 2. Although they're probably not going to call one here in any situation. 1st and 10. We saw Waco High attempt a 37-yard field goal attempt earlier in this game. They're nearing that same position on the field. Ball's at the 35, and now Long. This is going to be a handoff backwards to Rodriguez, and it's going to go for a loss of 5. Tackled inbounds. Actually, it was Ratliff with the handoff, and that is going to be the end of the half. So clock goes to 0. Waco High trails 28-7. They will receive to begin the second half. Stick around for the DeShazo and Nesbitt halftime show. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM.
I'm here with Aviana Smith and Sonny Cruz, this year's Waco High homecoming king and queen. Let's start with you, Aviana. Talk a little bit about the process of being nominated and what this means to you being the homecoming queen.
Okay, basically, it was a lot of hard work and dedication. Stand up all night. Couldn't get no sleep and no campaigning, thinking people will vote for me. I have to, talk out, give my stuff out, and spread the word because I feel like I deserve to be homecoming queen.
So what does it mean to you to be the homecoming queen?
It means to me that I accomplished something that I've been trying to accomplish for so long. I've always wanted to be because it took a big thing for me to even come out here. This is so nerve-wracking, but I did it, and I made homecoming queen. It feels good.
For you, Sonny, what was the nomination process like for you and being named homecoming king?
Man, I just remember, starting off campaigning, and, I really appreciate everybody just voting for me, all the nominations and stuff. I couldn't have done it without the votes, and I just tried to be, the positive guy who, votes. And other than that, I stuttered. Other than that, it's an experience. It's really nice, being nominated. It's an honor to be nominated. A lot of good kings. Great nominees. Anybody could have had it, honestly. I seen it. It was a real close call. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sonny and Aviana. Back up to you, Larkin Butch.
And now the kickoff unit for kick return unit for Waco High is on the field. Shoemaker's kickoff unit is out there, and here is the Palmer Lee kickoff to begin the second half. It's a low end-over-end kick, going to be fielded by Ratliff at the 7. He's up to the 15-20, angling to the right side, breaks a tackle, now spins his way at the 25, up to the 26, and then out at the 27. Return of about 20 yards for Ratliff there. So Waco High, and not really sure who's going to come out at quarterback here. Long finished the first half, coming in after a Nate Rainier fumble that was scooped up by Shoemaker and taken to the house. And it is going to be Davion Long. Waco High traveling left to right. Ball on the near hash. 3 wide receivers to the short side of the field, 1 far out to the left. And this is going to be a handoff to Ridge coming right side. Gets the edge up to the 30, out of bounds at the 34. Flag comes in, probably going to be a late hit by Shoemaker. While we're waiting for the call, I want to thank the Braunstein family for listening in, Aaron and Gretchen. It is a penalty on Shoemaker. Couldn't tell, that's what I get for giving a shout-out. I couldn't pay attention to both things at the same time. It's a 15-yarder, though, so it's going to move the ball all the way up to the Waco High 49. And Waco High finally going with what appears to be some tempo. Long snaps it quickly, fakes the handoff to Ridge left side, keeps it up the middle, and is going to get ahead for a gain of 5 on first down up to the Shoemaker 46. So 2nd and 5 from the 46. Trailing Shoemaker 28-7. Same formation, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball's on the right in the middle of those 2 hash marks, and this is going to be a handoff to Ridge, right guard. Breaks through the line for maybe a gain of 1, maybe give him 2, so it's 3rd and 3. And Waco High, after a bunch of penalties kind of through the second quarter on offense, now in a 3rd and manageable situation here. They send those 3 wide receivers now out to the left. Ball's on the near hash, and quarterback run left side. Long met in the backfield, but gets up. Going to be marked down just 1 yard shy of the first down marker. So 4th and 1. Got to think Waco High is going to go for this. trailing by 21 points. It's a long one though. Ball is marked at the 42. They need the 41 for the first down. Now 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. This is going to be a handoff to Ridge. No, Long keeps it, looking to run left side, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and's got the first down. Good physical running by Davion Long. Had to fight his way through a couple of tackles, gains about 3 on the play. Moves the ball up to the Shoemaker 38. So first down, Waco High. 9:54 here left in the third quarter. Long still back in the shotgun. He's going to hand this one off to Ridge coming left side. No, he keeps it up the middle. Got a seam up to the 30, 25, 20, 15, and then brought down at the 12. Great run by Davion Long up the middle on the fake handoff to Ridge. Hey, Graham, you sound like you're out of breath, buddy.
Yeah, I made my long-awaited return.
Hey, get your breath back and then join us here.
All right.
Hey, where are the nachos I asked about?
I mean, I was so busy trying to get all these interviews, and I mean, as you can tell, I'm out of breath, so I was kind of running around down there.
So Waco High in business now at deep in Shoemaker territory. Ball is marked down at the 13. Long is going to look to throw here on first down. Now just wisely throws it out of bounds. Nothing there as he was moving to his left, but a flag comes in late down at the 19-yard line. That play kind of took a while to develop. Long was running out to the left side. Might be a hold here on Waco High.
Hold or an intentional grounding, but it looked like he could have had a receiver in the area. He was outside of the tackle box. The ball did not reach the line of scrimmage, though.
Yeah, he just kind of flicked it with his hand out of bounds, but it is a holding penalty, so that's going to back Waco High up 10 yards. Ball was at the 14, now going to be at the actually, scoreboard says it was at the 13, so this will bring it back to the 23. They have not backed up the chains though yet, for some reason. Oh, because he hasn't moved the ball yet. Yeah, that would explain it. Hey, Graham, who was the homecoming queen? I missed the name.
Aviana Smith.
Yeah, that is not the name I read. Aviana Smith. There she is. So Aviana Smith and Sonny Cruz are the homecoming king and queen, and while I was talking, a play happened and for a pickup of 8. It doesn't matter. The homecoming stuff's more important, Graham.
Still second down and what it seems to be about 12 now.
So 2nd and 12. Shoemaker acting like they're going to bring pressure. Long looks to the sideline. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. On 2nd and 13, this is going to be a handoff to Ridge right side. He's going to get ahead for a gain of maybe 4, so it's going to set up 3rd and 8. 3rd and 9. In Waco High trailing 28-7 here on the first possession of the third quarter. They started this drive back at their own 27, now at the Shoemaker 12. Long with the shotgun snap, rolls right, got pressure in the backfield, can't escape the Shoemaker linebacker, and is brought down at the 21.
And speaking of the double, that's Devin Brown, number 33. We've been running the ball all over Waco High tonight, but that time he comes up with the sack, and that's the last thing you want to do if you're Davion Long is take a sack on 3rd and 9. He had Jerome Ratliff running across the middle, but it was going to be hard to hit him as he had a defensive lineman running right at him, and he was rolling out to his right side. He would have had to go across his body, so it brings out 4th and 19.
Yeah, you mentioned Devin Brown. A lot of these guys for Killeen, they are not a very deep squad. They play both ways. So now Sammy Basara in to kick this. It's going to be a 39-yard field goal attempt. It has the distance. It goes through the uprights. And Sammy Basara here with 3 points cuts the Shoemaker lead to 28-10. You're listening to Waco High Football on 101.3 FM. Sammy Basara boots a 39-yard field goal for Waco High, cutting the Shoemaker lead to 28-10. 7:21 left here in the third quarter. Basara gets to follow that up by kicking this one off. Ball's teed up at the 40. Basara stands at the 30 for the running start. Here is the kick. It's a deep kick, angling kind of towards the sideline, fielded at the 10. He's at the 15-20, now cuts out to the left side, to the sideline, pushed out of bounds, tackled there at maybe the 27.
There was number 28, Trey Dixon, on the return. He kind of fielded that ball right near the sideline. It would have been difficult to tell had it would have bounced out of bounds or not, but a good decision to field it. It'll bring it out to about the 28-yard line.
And Graham, when you were down there, did you see a lot of mums?
I did. A lot of jingling and all that good stuff that they have on their all highly decorated mums.
So wait, you said jingling like they
got bells on. Yeah,
them.
that's a pretty popular thing with all the mums now.
All the advancements, the modern advancements to the mums. All right, so now Bell in at quarterback for Shoemaker. He's going to throw quickly right side, caught at the 28, line of scrimmage, up to the 30, and then gets up to the 31, maybe the 32.
Deshaun McHubbins with the catch on the screen right side. He's going to take it up, so he'll set up about 2nd and 6 here for Shoemaker. Shoemaker looking like they're not going to care too much about the clock here. They're just letting it run down and waiting plenty of time to get those play calls in.
So they've got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and now it's a quick throw left side. That one looked like a low throw, was caught, and he's going to be pushed back by a gang of Waco High defenders, but forward progress is going to give him just a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, Trenton Hudson on the catch over there. There was no blockers in the area. Leon Walker and Keith Gollery just kind of closed in on him, and he had nowhere to go.
So that backs Shoemaker up. It's now 3rd and 11. 6:09 here left in the third quarter. 11 seconds left on the play clock. Again, Shoemaker taking their time here. 4 wide receivers set, 2 left, 2 to the right. Ball on the near hash. Now man comes in motion, fakes the jet sweep. Now Bell's going to throw deep over the middle. High ball broken up by Waco High. Chance to maybe intercept that one, but ball is knocked down. And that was Jalen Ryan. Is it Jalen Ryan?
Yeah, number 14, Jalen Ryan. He has an interception this season. Not going to pick one up there. I mean, Shoemaker, wide receiver, kind of just playing defense on a very underthrown ball.
It was underthrown, and it was also very high. The ball just hung up there forever. And there were 2 Waco High defenders there. Shoemaker is fortunate that that was not intercepted. So now somebody for Shoemaker is back to punt this ball, presumably Pomerly. Man, he takes his time to kick it, lets his coverage get down the field, now kicks a spiraling kick. It bounces at the 44, takes a small Waco High bounce, and is going to be marked down at the 45.
Well, at some point, if you're Waco High trailing by 18 midway through this second half, you kind of just got to send the house. He's taking plenty of time back there, and I mean, it'd be nice to get a punt block in here. It'd be a big momentum shift, but that one takes a Waco High bounce, so they'll have the ball at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, he probably could have run that if he wanted to, with how long he had kind of camped out there before he punted it. Long still in at quarterback. 3 wide receivers right, none to the left. He's got Ridge back there with him. He's going to hand this off to Ridge, running right side. No gain. Going to go for a loss of actually 3.
Yeah, looked like there was sort of a hole for Long to go with there, but he decided to hand the ball off. It looked like as if it was a design read option because he didn't really let go of the ball for a long time, but it's going to end up as a loss of 3.
Now 3 wide receivers right. Ridge handoff right guard. There is a seam this time up to the 45 and across midfield to the Shoemaker 49. Going to be going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and Dante Creighton with the tackle for Shoemaker there. He's really the only other guy out there for Shoemaker. Otherwise, that's going to be plenty for a first down, but it's going to end up setting up about a 3rd and 4 for Waco High.
So 5:01 left here in the third quarter. Again, Waco High trailing 28-10. The Lions offense scored on their first offensive possession of the game, but it's been tough sledding since. Now this is going to be a handoff to Ridge, left guard, physical running, tries to get up to the line to gain, but going to be down just 1 yard shy. So 4th and 1.
Interesting there from the line judges. They both kind of stood right about the markers and then moved back. So we're going to bring up about a 4th and 1 for Waco High. And at this point, you kind of have to go for this.
Absolutely, Graham. So 3 wide receivers left, none to the right. Long in the shotgun. Handoff is to Ridge coming right side. He's across the line. Got some room. Breaks a tackle at the 37, up to the 35, and then tripped up. Marked down at the 31. Great run by Jaden Ridge.
Yeah, great run. There was nobody really on that right side for Waco High. They sent no receivers that way. They kind of stacked that 6 up front, so it worked pretty well, and a big pickup and a big first down for Waco High.
The ball is at the Shoemaker 31. Again, Waco High traveling left to right. 3 wide receivers now. Handoff to Ridge coming left side. Now plants his feet, cuts up field, and is going to get a gain of about 6 here on first down. So 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Ridge kind of just jetted right up that left side. He kind of took the handoff pretty late and then just went straight up and got about 7 yards.
Yeah, it was running east-west and very quickly cut north-south. So now Long keeps this as the quarterback keeper, and he's going to get ahead for a gain of 3, marked just short of the first down marker. So 3rd and 1 coming up. 3:29 left here in the third quarter. Shoemaker over Waco High 28-10. But Waco High looking to make this one interesting here. With the ball at the Shoemaker 22. They need the 21 for the first down. Still running with that same formation, 3 wide receivers. Ridge this time to Long's left. Now Ratliff comes into the backfield. Handoff is to Ridge left side across the line to gain. He's got enough for the first down and up to the 16.
Yeah, that time they set up a 3rd and very short, and that's plenty of room for Jaden Ridge as he's gotten 2 big first down pickups on this possession. And now Waco High pushing it deep into Shoemaker territory.
And these run plays, this formation for Waco High has been working on this drive. 3 wide receivers left. Handoff is to Ridge up the middle, across the 15, looking for extra yards, gets up to the 13. Pickup of about 4 or 5 on first down.
Yes. Still a pretty good pickup there on first down. Waco High bringing in this tight end to bring up a kind of a 6-man front with the blocking up front, and it's paid off. They've had some good run plays on this possession.
2nd and 6, Long in the shotgun. Now Ratliff joins Long to his left. Well, confusion in the backfield. Short snap, Long fumbles it, picks it up, now cuts up field. Going to be down for a loss of 2.
Yeah, frustrating there. Long was just kind of distracted by Ratliff, who there was obviously some miscommunication. He brought Ratliff in motion, kind of stopped him right as he stood right in front of Long. The snap went to Long, and he wasn't quite ready for it.
So now Ridge, who has been doing the bulk of the work here on this drive, substitutes out. Rodriguez comes in. He joins Long now in the backfield. 10 seconds left on this play call. Waco High is not going to get this off in time. And they're going to have to burn a timeout here. They do burn the timeout. So with 1:21 left here in the third quarter, trailing Shoemaker 28-10 on 3rd and 8.
Waco High really had a good drive going, and this miscommunication on these past 2 plays is really just killing them. And so they have to burn their first timeout of the second half. We saw them have to burn 2 timeouts because they couldn't get a play in time. So
yeah, it's like this offense gets some rhythm, gets some things going, and then one mistake just seemingly brings it all to an end. And we'll see if they're able to recover here from this penalty. But on 3rd and 8 here, would be huge if Waco High can pick up this first down and then put some points on the board.
Yeah, you'd assume they go with some sort of play action here, as they didn't have Ridge in the ball game to start with. Let's see what they end up going with, as they had some time to go into a huddle, kind of draw up a play, but it still will be Rodriguez in at that running back position, but it looks like they'll send Ridge out to the left side.
Ratliff,
excuse me.
Yeah,
Ridge is still in the game.
Their jerseys are so hard to see. They wear 6 and number 5. So Rodriguez is to Long's right. Now Ratliff does come in motion. Handoff, jet sweep, trying to get the edge. Now cuts the field to the 10, to the 5. Pushed across the goal line, and Ratliff is into the end zone. Waco High now making this interesting, cutting the lead, the Shoemaker lead to 28-16.
Yeah, the speedy and shifty running from Jerome Ratliff on that jet sweep's going to end in a touchdown for Waco High. And just a great run by Jerome Ratliff. Credit him on the jet sweep to the right side, and just a great piece of running and hopefully a momentum shift for Waco High on the touchdown.
Yeah, there were 2 Shoemaker defenders out there, and Ratliff had to make both of them miss, then got down to the 3-yard line and kind of spun his way into the end zone. Here is the Basara kick. It hits a guy on the line of scrimmage, but deflects up through the uprights. I think that's the second time that's happened tonight. But it goes through, so it cuts the Shoemaker lead to 28-17. 1:13 left here in the third quarter. You're listening to Waco High Football on 101.3 FM. We've got a ball game again. Jerome Ratliff on the jet sweep running right side goes 12 yards for the Waco High touchdown, and it's now 28-17. The Lions trail the Gray Wolves. But a Gray Wolf offense that is that's kind of sputtered here on their first possession of the third quarter.
Well, one thing with this offense, you kind of notice, obviously, the one defensive score, but they've kind of scored sporadically 2 touchdowns, then another 2 touchdowns back-to-back.
So Basara kicks this one away. It's fielded down at the 10. He's running right side. He's got the edge. He's up to the 30, 40, 45, 50. Got a man to beat. Tripped up at the Waco High 36 and falls forward to the 33. Huge return for Shoemaker.
Yeah, Jalen Ryan's finally coming in to make that tackle. If he wasn't there, could have been detrimental and ended at a touchdown. The only other guy that could have been there was Sammy Becerra, the kicker. But it's going to set up Shoemaker with great field position to start off this drive.
That was Trey Dixon with a return for Shoemaker. You know, just you get some good things going here for Waco High, and have that happen on special teams. This defense is going to need to step up here. Bell in the backfield in the shotgun snap. Hands this one off to Brown inside. Handoff up to the 30 and out up to the 29. Gain of 4.
It's a Waco High play. It looks like it's a Waco High player down on the play. Could be, yeah, it looks like a Waco High player. Still difficult to tell here.
I can't tell who that is. Kind of holding his
right leg.
Yeah, right leg, and the trainers are kind of stretching it out, it looks like.
Yeah, hopefully just a cramp. He's moving that leg around fairly well, so.
Hey, Graham, they just showed the Waco High band on the television, and Sonny Cruz, who you interviewed earlier this season, is up there. Of course, he's a member of that snare line, the drum line, and he's not wearing his band uniform. He's wearing that sash, and he's wearing that crown.
Yeah, kind of a jack of all trades. He's a homecoming queen. He's the
king.
Homecoming king. My apologies. The front snare for the Waco High band, and he's also been named Student of the Week, and so.
That's the trifecta.
Yeah, obviously your ideal student.
Yeah. The ideal trifecta in high school doesn't have anything to do with SAT scores or whatever star tax test y'all do these days. Yeah. But student of the Student of the Week deal was the biggest deal featured on this broadcast.
Most definitely.
I mean, you get to sit down with Graham Braunstein. I mean,
yeah, you get pulled out of class too.
So 2nd and 6 for Shoemaker. They're traveling right to left. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. This is going to be an inside handoff. Gets across the line. Gain of it maybe about 3 before he's pushed back by a group of Waco High defenders. And now a flag comes in late as the back was thrown to the ground kind of late.
Looks like it might be an unnecessary roughness warrant on sportsmanlike on Samir Latchison.
Yeah, Kajari Herrera had the handoff for Shoemaker. And as he was being pushed back, Latchison kind of slung him to the ground. And it is a personal foul on Waco High, so what would have been 3rd and, maybe 8 becomes an automatic first down. Huge penalty for this Waco High defense.
Yeah, so now they'll set up at the 12-yard line. They can pick up one more first down at the 2, so they got the whole this whole area to work with.
Yeah, ball's marked at the Waco High 12. 2 backs back there with Bell, and this is going to be a handoff to Herrera, running right side now, bounces out, angling for the sideline up to the 10, and probably going to be marked down at the 8. And that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So when we come back, we'll have 2nd and 5 for Shoemaker, trying to answer this Waco High 10 points of scoring here. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM.
Welcome back inside Waco ISD Stadium. Waco High made this a ball game in the 3rd quarter, cutting Shoemaker's lead to 28-17. But Shoemaker driving deep inside Waco High territory. They're inside the 10 now. The snap goes to Bell. He's going to hand off inside. And it's going to go for a gain of about 3 yards. They're going to get it out to about the 6. That was number 33, Devin Brown, on the carry. We've seen him all night. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2 for Shoemaker. They have a first down at the 4-yard line. They spot this ball at about the 6. Looks like they're going to bring Bell to the sideline. Looks like he might just be going to get a play call from his coaches. He'll run back out to that Shoemaker huddle. Clock runs down. We're at 11:30 to go in this 4th quarter. Your score 28-17. Waco High trailing. Shoemaker breaks in their huddle.
I was just going to say, you need to stop here, Graham.
I know. Bell would go under center. And Shoemaker's going to take a timeout.
Yeah, the play clock was winding down, and so now Shoemaker having to burn a timeout. Both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining. Yeah,
Shoemaker kind of wanted to draw something special up over there. They had Bell go over to the sideline, kind of talk to his coaches in between the plays there, and it just took too much time. They had Bell set up under center, so Waco High has seen what they could possibly go with here on a 3rd down and 4.
Hey, Graham, does Waco High have what kind of other homecoming festivities are involved? Is there like an after party tonight? What's going on?
Well, they had I'm not sure if it's going to happen this year, but they used to have a block party right after the game because they didn't have a homecoming dance. So this year they had a homecoming dance. It was this past Saturday. They didn't do it the Saturday after. I was in attendance. I had a pretty fun time. I thought that was pretty fun. But they do a homecoming week with theme days, and then you get to nominate and vote for the homecoming court, and they walk around with their sashes. So it's a pretty good time.
Good stuff.
So 3rd down and 4 here with Shoemaker. They'll bring Bell under center once again with a bunch formation. They'll bring a man in motion. They'll fake the pitch to him. Bell's going to roll out to his right, nowhere to go. And he's getting away, and he gets away from 2 players. He breaks away from Deshaun Fisher, and he's going to go to the end zone. 3 Waco High defenders in the area, and Bell just makes all of them miss, and some shifty running, and it's kind of difficult to really explain what happened there. Waco High had him contained, and he went to the end zone. So your new score, Shoemaker 34, Waco High 17.
Yeah, there were 2 defenders in the backfield there, and Bell made both of them miss. Then cut upfield, made another guy miss it on his way to the end zone. Great play by Bell. He made that happen.
So Khalil Pomerly in to attempt this extra point, but flags fly, and it looks like it may be a false start on Shoemaker. Yeah, at most, if you're Waco High, you really couldn't give up much more than a field goal there, and obviously really frustrating. You got to sit your defense down and just say you cannot let a guy do that to you when he's deep in the backfield. You gotta contain him and sack him. So they'll move it back 5 yards. Pomerly on to attempt this. It's up. And straight through the uprights. He has no issues after the penalty. 11:03 to go. Your new score, Shoemaker 35, Waco High 17. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. So Shoemaker drives down and scores to take a 35-17 lead. They're set to kick off left to right. Deep to return is Keemon Taylor and Jerome Ratliff for Waco High. So here's the kick from Pomerly. It's kind of a short line drive kick. Ratliff's not going to field it. It'll bounce at about the 4-yard line and into the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, Graham, while we have a quick second, a couple of score updates from throughout the district. With 3:36 left in the 4th quarter, Harker Heights leads Midway 17-14. The Panthers' 37-game district winning streak in jeopardy. That game is being played at Panther Stadium, but Harker Heights up 17-14 over Midway. Temple up 50-24 over the Ellison Eagles. That game is midway through the third quarter. It was a blowout at halftime. Got to imagine that Temple has some of their reserves in there. And again, the other score from the district that happened last night, Killeen, the Kangaroos, taking care of the Belton Tigers 44-17.
Yeah, really outside of Killeen and possibly Shoemaker, Temple should have complete control of this district if Midway does lose tonight. So Waco High comes out onto the field, and they're going to get a delay of game penalty on their first play from scrimmage after a kickoff.
Coaches are pointing at the play clock, but...
Yeah, the play clock is not moved. Well, I mean...
It said 0-0.
It said 0-0, just set back to 25 seconds. So they'll go back, first down 15. Ball at the Waco High 19-yard line. Davion Long in at quarterback. He'll hand off inside. Pickup of about 2 yards on the play. That was Adrian Rodriguez on the inside handoff.
I got one other score, Graham.
What's that?
Mount Vernon. The Mount Vernon Tigers up 42-7 over the Atlanta Rabbits. I never heard of the Atlanta Rabbits until just that moment.
Yeah, neither have I. Rodriguez stands to Long's right. They'll send 3 receivers to the left side. He'll fake a handoff inside, and he'll keep. Pretty good running from Long, and he's going to have enough for a first down, so it'll be at least a 13-yard run. They're going to spot this ball at about the 38-yard line, the Waco High 38-yard line, so a great read option play from Davion Long, but there's a Waco High player, no, excuse me, that's a Shoemaker player down on the play. 3 Shoemaker players kind of very slow to get up. They're all to their feet. I mean, like you said, they kind of locked up, so you kind of have to believe they're getting pretty tired out there. We see Devin Brown out there playing both ways again, so Rodriguez to Long's left. They'll throw a screen pass out to Jerome Ratliff, and he's just wrapped up, and he's going to lose about 2 yards. The screen pass out left is going to go for no yardage, and in fact, they're going to get him for a loss of 1 or 2 on the play. So second down and 12 up and coming for Waco High.
Yeah, Dante Creighton for Shoemaker did a nice job of evading the block there from the Waco High receiver. Was able to bring Ratliff down behind the line.
Same formation for Waco High on the near hash. A handoff inside to Rodriguez. He kind of just sticks his head down and picks up 3, maybe 4 yards to set up a third down and about 8.5 yards. Here's another 3rd and 8 situation for Waco High. Last time they were faced this situation, they had to burn a timeout after not being able to get a play call in. Long gets his play call. Let's see, they bring Ridge back into this game. It'll be a 2-back formation with Ridge and Rodriguez in the backfield. They'll send 2 receivers to the near side. They'll fake a handoff to Ridge. Long will keep once again plowing forward, and Long's going to pick up another first down. Great running by Davion Long in this possession. 2 read options, 2 first downs. And Waco High now pushing into Shoemaker territory at about the Shoemaker 47-yard line.
Yeah, these zone reads and the quarterback runs tonight have worked pretty effectively for Waco High. Haven't seen too much of that this season, so a nice adjustment.
Same formation, 2 receivers left. He'll hand off inside to Jerome Ratliff. Ratliff makes a man miss, cuts it up to the left side. He's at the 35. Pushed forward and tackled down at about the 30. Clock will run, though. They'll stop the clock. They'll say he went out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
It's a pickup of 18 by Jerome Ratliff there.
So 8:18 to go. The clock will now run as they move the chains. First down for Waco High. Looks like they'll send 3 receivers to the right. Long will have Rodriguez to his right in the backfield, so that entire left side of the field wide open. Snap goes to Long. He'll fake the handoff, go across the middle to Ratliff. Ratliff with tons of room to run, and he's just tripped up by number 8, Devin Owens, on the play. A great route across the middle from Ratliff. But another first down from Waco High, and they're in the red zone now. They can pick up a first down at about the 4-yard line. Same formation. They'll send 3 receivers out right. Rodriguez to Long's left. Long will keep on a designed read option, and he's got nowhere to go. Going to lose about 4 yards on the play back to the Shoemaker 18-yard line. So second down and 14 for Waco High. Both teams kind of just starting to look pretty tired out there. Jerome Ratliff kind of went down into a little squat position on that play. Looks like they'll go with another two-back set. They'll send two receivers out to the right. Ratliff and Rodriguez in the backfield. Flags thrown. It's going to be a false start penalty, so what was second and 14 will now become second down and 19. And after a pretty successful drive, Waco High is getting killed by penalties and tackles for losses. And so now a second down and 19 up and coming for Waco High. Clock runs. They got it down here with about 8:18 to go. Clock now it shows 6:56. So you can't really. The time is not really on your side. The clock not really on your side, and they're not really using it wisely. Not using their time wisely. So second and 19, same formation, two receivers to the right, two running backs in the backfield with Long. And another whistle blows, and it'll be a delay of game. So now second down and 24, two penalties, basically ends up in a loss of 10 yards, and after a tackle for a loss on first down, we'll move them back to second down and 24. This late in the game, you've now wasted about 2 minutes just trying to get one play off. I don't know what excuse you can really make for that. Now you're second down, 24, 6:25 to go. Snap goes to Long. Long drops back. He's going to look deep. He has Jerome Ratliff out in the flat. He's completed. Jerome Ratliff at the 10-5 touchdown. So maybe all that time goes for good, but touchdown Waco High. They found Jerome Ratliff kind of wide open. He beat a linebacker out on that left side and just took off. So a great play call from Waco High, 23-35, your new score, 6:16 to go in this one. Yeah, just a great pass from Long. They didn't really see Ratliff out there, and that's not a guy you want to miss. He's pretty fast, and he just goes to the house. So here comes Becerra on to attempt this extra point. Nate Rayna, the holder, kicks up and good. That time he doesn't ricochet off any helmets or backs, but it's a clean kick, and your new score is Waco High 24, Shoemaker 35, 6:16 to go in this one. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Back inside Waco ISD Stadium, 6:16 to go in the fourth quarter here. Waco High's cut Shoemaker's lead to 11, 24-35. Becerra in to kick this one away right to left. Shoemaker has number 28, Trey Dixon, deep. He took a return deep into Waco High territory on the last kickoff, so let's see if they even try to go to him here. Waco High miscommunication on the kickoff. Play clock shows 10 seconds. But here comes the kick from Becerra. It'll be a short onside kick, and it's going to be cleanly fielded in Waco High territory at about the 48-yard line by Shoemaker. That was number 24, Chad Bowman, on the hands team for Shoemaker, making a play. So it'll be first down and 10 for Shoemaker.
Graham, I have an update on that Midway game. Midway had the ball and was driving. They got the ball into Harker Heights territory, but they threw an interception. So Harker Heights now with the lead, 17-14, ball on their own 20 with 53 seconds left. So it does appear, anything can happen in 53 seconds, but Midway, that district winning streak in jeopardy tonight.
Yeah, the way it's looking, they should only have to snap the ball 2 more times. Deshaun Fisher late getting onto the field, so they'll hand off inside to Devin Brown, but Deshaun Fisher's going to be the one ending up making that tackle. It'll go for a gain of about 3 on first down. Bell hands off inside to Devin Brown. So they'll bring up second down and 7 rather. For Shoemaker, they're taking their sweet time getting this play call in. Clock runs to about 5:45 now. Second down and 7. Brown in the backfield with Bell. They'll send 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snap to Bell. Waco High sends forward. They'll throw a screen pass out to the right side. And they'll tackle him up after a gain.
Is the ball on the ground?
It's hard to tell there, but 2 flags come in after the play. That ball was completed to Trenton Hudson. Didn't notice anything particularly dirty or that looked like a penalty on that play, but referees still haven't made a call yet.
The ball did come out. Oh, and then it went out of bounds. Okay.
I didn't quite catch that, but it's a penalty on Waco High. They had him tangled up. Would have set up about a 3rd down and 2 after the ball went out of bounds. They're calling an unnecessary roughness penalty on Deshaun Fisher. He kind of came in late and just stuck his helmet right into Trenton Hudson.
Yeah, but I don't know that they had blown that dead yet, so that's kind of an interesting... I think that's why the Waco High coaching staff was upset with that call.
Bell in the backfield with Herrera and Brown. Will send 2 receivers to the left, 1 out right. Bell brings a man in motion. He'll fake the handoff to him. He'll hand off inside to Herrera. Herrera, plenty of room running outside. He's at the 20. Gets out before he's pushed out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. And about a 15-yard carry, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 at the Waco High 15-yard line. 5:04 to go in this one. The clock will stop as he did go out of bounds. Restart once they get these chains moved. First down and 10. Ball's placed at the 16-yard line. Bell's going to have Brown to his left, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Bell takes the snap, hands off inside Brown. Brown nowhere to really go. He's going to pick up about 2 yards before he just runs into a wall of defenders. Clock will run now. Under 5 minutes. That'll bring up down now about a 2nd down and 8.
As Shoemaker just chewing up a lot of clock here on this drive. But that band sounds good.
They do. They always sound good. Waco High, you definitely want to force maybe a turnover here or a fumble, considering they're probably just going to run this ball. They'll fake the handoff to Brown. No, so they'll pass. They'll go to the end zone, and he overthrows Trenton Hudson out on that left side. Just a little bit overthrown by Bell, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8, and that will stop the clock at 4:23 now. A field goal would make this a 14-point game. 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points is what Waco High would need. But a 3rd down and 8 up and coming for Shoemaker at the Waco High 16-yard line. Excuse me, they place the ball at the Waco High 15-yard line.
What did you say Waco High would need?
Waco High would need 14 points, considering Shoemaker would kick a field goal.
Oh, sorry.
2 touchdowns, 2 extra points. Bell takes a snap, rolls out to his right, and he makes 2-man miss in the backfield. Gets outside. He's got the ball down. Ball's on the ground, but a flag comes in. Waco High did look like they recovered it. If this is another unnecessary roughness on Waco High, that'd be quite frustrating.
I don't know if that was a flag or the
ball marker.
The fumble mark, yeah.
They're kind of talking about it. It was hard to tell.
I don't know how Waco High
Shoemaker ended up with the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know. 4th down and 3 up and coming. Shoemaker decision time, but they don't really care because they're going to run this clock down as low as they want to. Play clock shows 15, and our producer Garrett Ross just told us Midway has fallen to Harker Heights 17-14, so that district winning streak is over for Midway, and really Temple and Killeen it's going to be between them two duking it out for this district now. I mean, Killeen showed they're a pretty powerful team yesterday against Belton, and Shoemaker will take a timeout as they run this one down to 3:28 to go, with leading 35-24 with a 4th and 3 up and coming at the 9-yard line of Waco High. So with that loss for Midway, like I said, it's really Temple in control of this district, Killeen as well, and Shoemaker really in the conversation still, considering if they pull out a win here tonight at Waco ISD Stadium.
You sure about Killeen, Graham? We'll check that. I'm looking at this stuff Smoke sent me this week. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. Hey, who does Waco High play next week? Play Temple.
Yeah.
That game's going to be at Temple.
4th down, they'll leave the offense on the field. Bell's going to be under center. There's 3 backs in the backfield, 2 fullbacks and a running back in Devin Brown. They'll break out and do another formation. It'll be an empty backfield this time. They'll send 2 out to the left, 2 to the right. Waco High sends blitz, and they got a receiver wide open in the end zone. And that should just about do it. He completes it to number 6, Jalen Guillory. And a touchdown for Shoemaker should just about seal this one. They lead at 41-24 with 3:23 to go.
Just a great play call from Shoemaker. Got the Waco High defense all out of sorts and just wide open there. Not a Waco High defender in sight in the end zone. Easy throw and catch.
Extra point up and good. So your new score 42-24. 3:23 to go in this ball game. The flag comes in late though. It's about the 9-yard line.
I think you can go and throw it to break.
Looks like it'll be on Waco High though. So you're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. So Shoemaker answers with a touchdown of their own, and they lead 42-24 with 3:23 to go in this one. They'll be kicking from left to right. It will be Ratliff and Zaleon Walker deep to return for Waco High. Pomerley's kick is away. He'll kick to Ratliff, fielded. Ratliff will end up picking it up about the 16-yard line. He's got a big hole, 30, 35, and he's tripped up at about the 47-yard line. Flag comes in late.
Just a penalty-ridden game tonight, Graham.
Most definitely. Referees will talk about this one before we get the call. 3:17 to go. Waco High, as it stands, will take over at about the 37-yard line. And they'll wave the flag off. So the flag's picked up. Waco High will take over at their own 37-yard line. 3:17 to go, trailing 24-42. They do have 2 timeouts remaining to Shoemaker's 1 timeout remaining. Davion Long will return in at quarterback. They'll leave Jaquan Wells in there in that tight end position. And they'll bring out a running back, number 31, who's not on a roster. Handoff goes to number 31. He'll run out to the right side, and he's just stood up. Gain. They'll give him about 2 yards. Second down and 8 for Waco High. Jaden Ridge in at running back. He'll stand to Long's left. Ball on the near hash. They'll send 3 receivers to the near side. Hands off to Ridge. Ridge going to get about 6 or 7 yards. Gets 7 on the play. Ball out to about the 47. Waco High 47-yard line. They need the 48, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Long in there. He's got Ridge to his right, 3 receivers to the near side. Ridge going to run on Long's going to run on a designed quarterback option and just kind of going to get a good push after he ran into all of his offensive linemen, and he's pushed forward for a 1st down. Clock runs now, down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Waco High in no hurry. 1st down and 10, 2 minutes remaining in this game.
I think that size says it all, Graham. Just a frustrating night for Waco High.
Long takes the snap. He hands it off to Ridge. Ridge cuts it up the middle. Big hole. But he's just kind of met by that Shoemaker secondary after a gain of about 7. Great blocking up front. Gets a good pickup on 1st down.
And Kwame Cavill has called a timeout here.
So it's 2nd down and 2 after the Kwame Cavill timeout. So 1 timeout now remaining for Waco High with 1:42 to go. Trying to think of a scenario where Waco High could win this game. They'd have to go down, score a touchdown here.
Yeah, it's an 18-point spread, so I'm curious to see how you're going to come up with this.
Maybe they could go down, score, get a 2-point conversion, onside kick, go down, score, 2-point conversion,
then kick it off.
Kick.
Then kick it off, and then get a force of safety.
They could do that. Maybe that'd be more ideal.
That's more likely.
Well, if they could win it in regulation, say they go for 2, they go score.
You play for overtime.
2nd and 2 up and coming. Killeen-Shoemaker just took his second time out of the half. Waco High has 1 remaining. They need 2 yards.
We should play that little game more often, Graham, where we try to figure out how Waco High is going to pull it out.
Ball at the Shoemaker 48. They need the 46. Long has Ridge to his right. They send 3 receivers to the near side. Fake handoff. It'll be a screen pass to Ratliff. Ratliff, big hole. He's back out to about the 31-yard line. The Shoemaker 31-yard line. Shoemaker has a player down on the near sideline.
Hey, that'll stop the clock.
So we'll stop the clock with 1 minute and 35 seconds. Maybe you didn't really need to use that timeout if you were Killeen-Shoemaker there, but 1:35 to go. Waco High picks up a first down on the Jerome Ratliff screen to the near side. Waco High players will take a break, hit some water, go down to a knee. First down 10. 1:35 to go. Waco High trails 24-42 against Killeen-Shoemaker. Two running backs set, 2 receivers at the near side. Long takes a snap, hands off to Ridge. Ridge, big hole, but he runs into that secondary once again. But some good blocking up front once again by this Waco High offensive line, and it's going to be enough for a first down. About a 11-yard run by Jaden Ridge on first down. Clock runs down to about 1:15 to go. Waco High will get the snap off, same formation. They'll hand off to Ridge again, running right up the middle on an inside handoff to the right side. He picks up maybe 5 yards to bring up 2nd down and 5. Clock runs down to 1 minute now. 2nd and 5. Waco High does have that 1 timeout remaining. Same formation, 2 receivers near side, 2 running backs in the backfield with Long. Snap to Long. Hands off to... That's Ratliff. Ratliff going to have a big horse into the 5, and he's into the end zone. Ratliff took that one around left end, and just another electric run by Jerome Ratliff, who's definitely been the best offensive player tonight for Waco High. Ran that one in from about 20 yards out. It'll be a touchdown for Waco High, 30-42 with 41 seconds. So now we can think of another scenario as to where Waco High could win this football game.
Yeah, Ratliff had to break 2 tackles on that one, broke one in the backfield, and then once he got about 5 yards out from the end zone, broke another.
Basara in to kick this extra point. This entire Waco High unit just confused, trying to wave a player onto the field who was not ready. Play clock shows 5. They're not going to get this off, and they're about to have to use a timeout. It was the center who wasn't on the field. Looks like they get it off, kicks up and good. But the center was not on the field in time. They somehow get him on.
I don't know how they did that.
And they get it off on an extra point. 41 seconds to go. Waco High trails 31-42. They're about to kick to Killeen-Shoemaker. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. 41 seconds to go in this game. Waco High looks to attempt another onside kick as they trail Killeen-Shoemaker 31-42 with 41 seconds to go. Waco High will line this ball up on the far hash. Huddling up, they break from their huddle. Becerra in to attempt this one. He had a pretty good kick last time, but just great job by the hands team of that Killeen-Shoemaker team. Ball lined up on the far hash once again. 41 seconds to go. Waco High trailing by 11 points. Here comes the onside kick attempt. Ball's rolling. Ball bounces up, and Waco High...
I think Jalen Ryan's had a chance
Jalen
at
Ryan's
that.
had a great chance. Really could have just caught that ball straight out of the air, and it just ended up being just kind of a jumble of players, and Killeen-Shoemaker falls on it. That's the second really just good onside kick from Becerra, and just Waco High couldn't get on top of it. So now 38 seconds to go. Shoemaker would only have to snap this ball one time, barring Waco High timeout, possibly. Killeen-Shoemaker does have one timeout left to burn, trailing by 11 points with 38 seconds to go. Bell and Brown in at quarterback. Or Bell in at quarterback. He has Brown in the backfield with him. Looks like he'll just go under center and take a knee as we expected.
It's going to take Waco High's losing streak to 16 games.
Snap is to Bell. He takes a knee. Looks as if there will be no timeout from Kwame Cavill. Clock will run down. They should not, play clock doesn't show any time, but they should not have to snap the ball once again because it's under 40 seconds to go. Clock runs down to 15 seconds, and this one's just about over. Both teams head to their respective sidelines and prepare to shake hands. So the final score in this one, Waco High 31, Killeen-Shoemaker 42. The Waco High post-game show brought to you by the Zimmerman Law Firm is up next. You're listening to Waco High Football on 101.3 FM.